Peace to the gods on earth. Peace to the moon, gods on earth. Peace to the sun, gods on earth. Peace to all the moons. Peace to all the suns. Okay? Peace, peace. Welcome, family. Baba Raha, Baba Rave is gonna go ahead and talk about the matriarchy in under 5 minutes and how I personally, I really stand strong for this. This ain't just like a little quick thought. I personally think that the matriarchy can be enhanced with a couple key components. So let's go into it. So first key component to the matriarchy is menstrual cycle. The menstrual cycle in the matriarchy is such a key component because if women are bleeding every single month and they're letting go every single month as if they just got gashed, like slicing their arm, and that's the amount of blood that they losing every single month, right? And then their bodies get used to that every single month, and now it's like a continual just bloodshed, right? The matriarchy being a bloodline thing has to take accountability for this. This is such a big thing. And also vibrate, if it is the matriarchy, right? They also have to vibrate to align with divine coding so that the men around them are also not trying to menstruate every single month, okay? And for a man, menstruating is when they release their seed. Their seed is their sperm. So if that is flipped, then women cannot be busting nuts every single month for 3 days at a time. Imagine a man letting go of his sperm 3 times a day for 7 days straight sometimes half the month. Imagine a man letting go of his sperm 3 days straight. 3 times a day for 7 days or half a month. Even 3 days. Even a day where it's heavy. One day where it's really heavy. That'll set, a man's energy to even connect with anyone. Like, just so off track. It'll set everything off track. I guarantee it. I've been there, done that actually. And I guarantee it. That there will be not a lot of communicating in not a lot of ways. And when women can't communicate with each other, how can there be a matriarchy? You know what I mean? You're trying to figure out how you're going to get your blood back. You lost like 40 meals each little, bust. That's like 40 meals down the drain. Your body is in weird algorithms. You know what I mean? So that's, that can take some time. So it can be up to half the month, even if you only, letting go for like 3 days. Letting go of blood for like 3 days. That can be like half the month. You know what I mean? Like, taking time to like get all that nutrients back in, get all that, blood back in. Like, the body is very important when it comes to the matriarchy. You know what I mean? So if we talk about the matriarchy, then we got to be talking about the bloodline. And the bloodline always going to come from the frequency. Always going to come from the frequency of, what the blood is going through, how much the blood is actually like bringing all this other things to other things. How much the lymphatic system has stress inside of it because it's overloaded with work. Because it's overloaded with dead cells in the bloodstream to try to clean out. That's gonna pretty much cause, like, if y'all really think about it, this is actually very simple. If y'all really think about it, the menstrual cycle or the amount of times a man wants to ejaculate is always due to the lymphatic system trying to get more energy out. It's like overload, so it's like looking to get things out in a different way. It can't get more poop out if there's no more poop. It can't get more pee out if there's not more pee. If you're not breathing right, you can't get more toxins out the lungs, out the breath, right? Out the skin. or out the liver, right? It can't get all that energy out. So what is the next thing it needs to do? Try to get it out through menstrual cycles, through sperm. You know what I mean? So it's literally a lymphatic drain, and that doesn't mean like it's trying to get. You know, it don't want to do that. It really don't, because now it has to like lose a shitload of blood, a shitload of meals, a shitload of blood. You know what I mean? Just to try to get that energy, a shitload of work, just to try to get some energy out. It gotta work harder because it's like you're not working smarter. You know what I mean? So that goes all the way back to what we are actually taking in. Is those acids that we're taking in, you know, really good for us? No. Duh, not. We're hydrovores, we're fungivores, nothing else. That means we are fruitarian by nature, and that's it. That is it. We have a couple of nuts that can be utilized here and there, a couple of seeds that can be utilized here and there. That's it. Everything else is acid. I'm telling you, and that's gonna hurt the matriarchy every single time. I'm telling you, because it's gonna work the lymph even more, and the lymph gonna be having to try to, you know, cut corners, and, you know, try to make it, the blood get out of there, get the sperm get out of there. So just take that analogy and sit with that, please. That's number one for the matriarchy. If we can't beat that, we can't have no matriarchy. That's just the simplicities of it. Number two is the children. The children in the bloodline. That got to be looked at as like our purpose here, damn near. That got to be, you know, somewhere in the mix of our purpose. Because if our bloodline ain't gonna be right, we ain't ever gonna be right. You don't really get like intergalactic or any type of really real wealth, any real wealth, you know, on this earth plane, if your bloodline ain't doing it better than you. If your bloodline ain't better than you, you don't really get no wealth, because the children is the wealth. The children will always be the wealth. Anything outside of that is bullshit. The children is the military, the children is the wealth. Okay? That's the government. The children is the government. And anytime the children are in danger, because our bodies are in danger, right? Our bodies are in all these illusions of medicines and diseases, all these different illusions. Anytime that's going on, nah, the children gonna have to inherit that, and then they coming out with those genes, and then we probably not even gonna feed them right. You know what I mean? Give them the right energy in the right times of the day. They give them the right circadian rhythm so they can be actually our wealth. So that's number two. Our wealth is in our children, and if we are not looking at breastfeeding our children for years and years and years, I'm not talking about like, you know, crazy years, but just like 3 years, like breastfeed for 3 years at minimum. You know what I mean? At minimum, I would say push to 7. Honestly, push to 7, because if you eating right, that shit shouldn't be painful at all. That shit shouldn't hurt at all. If you eating right, that shit should be a breeze. That shit should be orgasmic. It should be like, you know, not even like you orgasming. It's just like orgasmic. You know what I mean? And if we're talking about a matriarchy, that means there's energy of reverence to the mothers. So the mothers are going to be around a lot more mothers. And so if they're all in the same tribe, or they're mixing and mingling with other tribes, then they get to share breast milk, because they all on the same wave. You know what I mean? Like, and then the children, especially if you're in a polygynous relationship and you have multiple women that were in that co-creation of that child, they got multiple mothers, and the breast actually will make milk even if you didn't have the child. But if you were in the creation of the child, the breast will. As women, they be lactating out of nowhere. They be having milk out of nowhere, and that's just because they mother energies kick in. If you really having a child, even if you're not really, you know, putting the full spectrum of having the womb, you know, enhanced with the actual embryo. Come on now, you gonna be lactating, and you gonna be able to share your DNA, share your cosmic DNA with that baby, and the baby gonna get all that nutrients from multiple beings. Come on now, that's real wealth. That's real wealth now. So we can't be playing around with that. That's 1 and 2. That's 1 and 2. And if we not breastfeeding, we gotta find what is the closest thing to breast milk. We got to, and that's what's gonna be in the basics of our basic diet, that we are fruitarian, hydrovores and fungivores. We are fruitarian. You know what I mean? Like, that's it. And the hormones that are in the fruit are going to be close to the hormones that are in the breast milk, and you're not going to beat that. Any other chemicals, any other crazy shit that they put in any type of crazy breast milks, bump that. Get to the most organic, most seed-like fruit that is out there, and grow it yourself so you can have your energy in the plant, so the plant knows exactly what to do for you. Because a lot of our genes, especially ones with skin that have like these energies of color and are coming from this Caribbean, Atlantean nature, or any type of darker skinned people, we're really close to the plant as far as like they have chlorophyll, we got melanin, shit like that. You know what I mean? So we have to see like, we can be in coherency with the plants. They can make the perfect enzymes and amino acids for us to actually get the perfect hormones, so that the babies can take that in, and without all that extra GMO pesticides. And then we can hydrate the fruit even more if we're alchemists like myself that deal with hydration on a level where we're taking H3O2 to H5O2, shit like that, where we're just like combining more hydrogen elements all the time. And we're just taking it to that level. Honestly, that's actually heaven for a lot of us. Boom. It's like everything that they're talking about as far as religion goes in the whole earth, they're just trying to talk about the anatomy of the body. They're just giving analogies for the anatomy. That's it. Analogies for the anatomy of the body. So we can actually tap into that deeply in the matriarchy. And that's what the matriarchy, is really all about, is having that womanly support from all these women that understand divine magnetism, divine moon energy, rather than just electricity from the sun that is, causing most of the patriarchy, because the sun right now is burning so many damn people, and people are trying to like promote the matriarchy still because they're burning so much, but they're not trying to get to the actual essence of what the energy is really coming from. The burn is actually coming from the moon is like pulling the burn down to people. So we just gotta understand that, people pulling the waves down so the fruit can grow in the seasons that it does and the cycles that it does. So we gotta understand that's the matriarchy's core. So last but not least, I mean, honestly, I think we just go with that. Honestly, I think that cover it. I mean, of course, there's little dynamics into the rhythms of it all, but these are the two great things: not letting go of our sperm menstrual energy in the matriarchy, and understanding the children and how we have to be in a perfect rhythm to inherit the matriarchy's wealth with these children. You know what I mean? I think those are just going to be, that you can't beat those two. That's got to be top tier conversation if we talk about a matriarchy. Like, okay, because the body is always trying to teach us all this information. The body is like, yo, please learn this information. You know what I mean? Please learn it, because if you can learn this information, and like I can teach you, like, oh, you did this month, that's why I'm bleeding way much more. You know what I mean? And you didn't do this much this month, that's why you come in a whole bunch less. You know what I mean? For men, it's a lot more, it's almost like a daily thing, because we have the energy to come every single day. So we gotta like really kick it in gear, man. You know what I mean? Like, y'all want to matriarchy as well as the women do. Stop acting. Y'all know y'all love women around y'all. Y'all know y'all love master. Well, if you love mastering anything, you love women around y'all. That's the fact. You love women just coming around and blessing, with just energy. That's it. Balancing your mastery out, because you trying to figure out the yang so much all day long, right? You trying to figure out the yang all day long. You imploding with yang as a man, and you want to calm that down with some implosion of some yin, and just have that energy around, and have them feel safe around you. It's a divine harmonic that we got to get into. Especially if we're going to talk about being a part of a matriarchy, being a part of anything matriarchal, or mayat, or mathematics. You got to understand that's a feminine essence. Math is feminine. It's not masculine. Counting is, it is ease. It really is an illusion. Counting is illusion when you get into the divine harmonics of each number. So praises to the gods, peace to the gods of earth, the sun gods, the moon gods. Moon God out.